understanding people helps us a lot get along with them. Studying people before we get much deeper with them helps us get along with them. It helps us not judge them wrongly. It helps us flow along with them so easily. I think when someone comes across a person, the first thing I would prefer is studying the person's inner character. We could be the same in color, we could be the same in size, in gender, age brackets, but people have different characters, and a character is the real person because that's what defines the person in reality. But people are so different in characters. For example, the loners, we have people who are lonely by character, and then we have people who are lonely by judgment. A true character, a true lonely character is a person that you find enjoys being alone, does her stuff alone, and is very comfortable, accomplishes her things by herself. But how you know that they are really the true ones? You never hear them say anything about even the nearest person to them. They never know anything that goes on around people around them. They never know anything about people that surround them. These are people you wake up one morning, nobody gets to know about the processes of things they do. Everybody sees the results. You wake up one morning and you're like, this is supposed to be my friend or a sister or a brother. How did he or she get here without even me knowing? It was a long process, but you only get to see results. The processes had challenges, had ups and downs, but you will not know them. You'll only see the results of either succeeding or failing. Even if the process had a difficulty that you had the power to fix, you'll only find out after she or he has pulled out of it, and then you're like, maybe if I had known, I would have fixed this. But no, they will not let you in. Those are true loners. They don't talk about people around them. And one thing about the true loners, they have a lot of enemies around them. People are always trying to put them down. The people that can't stand being alone for even a day, those are the people that can't stand the fact that a person is so lonely and very comfortable and it's okay. So they'll always look at it as pride. They'll judge them as people who look down on others. They'll judge them as people who are proud of themselves. So these are people that always plan things against them. They always make up stories against them. You'll walk in an area and you find a true loner, but you hear so much about her or him from the neighboring people. Only bad stuff. People will tell you how they hate that person. People will tell you how that person is so complicated, how they feel themselves, such things. And if you're not careful, you're going to join them in hating the person as well. You're going to join them in judging this person. But if you're keen and you sit back and maybe approach this person on your own or take time to study them from afar, you're going to find out that none of these things exist about him or her. You're going to find out that actually there is nothing of a kind existing with them. And when you try to approach them, you'll not hear anything about the surrounding people from them. They don't even know what happens. But it's not that they don't hear these things. They are very, very sensitive. They get to know everything people talk about them. They get to know how people are putting them around. They walk past you and know that you really hate them. They've even heard you talk ill about them, but they'll greet you with a smile. And maybe you won't even answer back. And they walk high, head high, and tomorrow they'll bypass you and still put on that smile and the confidence, and you're like, But deep down, the hater, you feel like maybe if he or she could try to reciprocate the anger or answer back or, give the attitude so that you can pick up from there. But no, they will not give you that platform. They don't give platforms to the people that want to pull them down because they know it. You're not the first. They've had this their whole life. True loners, right from childhood, you'll even be in class when you have a lot of people hating on you, but there's no specific reason. You'll have a friend for this week, the next week, your friend has jumped into another group and is talking ill about you, and you've not done anything. But just the problem is they could not fit in your space. They find you doing a lot of stuff on your own and they can't catch up with the speed. So that builds the anger in them. And then they'll end up just spreading evil about you to the next group. So it all starts from childhood. Your whole life, a true loner. Your whole life. People will be plotting to pull you down. People want at least one day you embarrass yourself in public. Someone is going to try to trigger out a fight, a quarrel, to see if you can answer back and then they can, disgrace you in public. But no, you're not going to do that. You're going to look on and just let them cool by themselves, and then it's going to hurt so much. So others give up and then they will disappear, never want to see you or talk to you again with a lot of anger. Others will try and try and try and maybe get a problem out of it, but you always remain walking with head high. Then there is a loner that is a pretender, that is not a true loner. This kind of loner will be by her or himself doing stuff, but will pop nose in other people's businesses secretly. If you go close to them, you'll hear them praise you who has come to them. You'll hear them say things like, I like being with people like you. There are people I don't like being around. You see me around here, I don't associate with so many because of ABC. They will show you that you're the perfect type, and then they have a certain type they don't like. They're always judging a certain group of people. And then when you leave and another person comes, they also, praise that one and judge you who is absent at that moment. So there are those uh pretending loners also, they exist. And for them, they never have enemies, by the way. They never have enemies. People don't even have time for them. Reason being, they don't have much. That is, they don't succeed in most cases. They're always trying to pretend, trying to be this, and people around are able to see that they are pretenders. There are people around are trying, are always figuring out that they are not what they are. They always try to be what they are not. They always try to put themselves where they are not. They always try to paint the perfection that they are not. People read that in them, so people don't have time for them. People don't fight them because they see nothing to fight. But a true loner is always fought because they have their life in place. They have everything in check on their own. Nobody comes around and brags about helping them. No, nobody comes around and says, I am the reason why this and that. So that is what hurts people so much about them. They pull out their situation out of their situations. They pull out of their struggles on their own, and they come out successful. That is what hurts people. So a true loner has got a lot of enemies. Reason being, people can't stand the fire in them. People can't stand the power in them. People can't stand the power in that loneliness of theirs. They do stuff on their own, even when you feel like they are at their lowest. You wait to celebrate them crashing, but that time will not come, only for you to find out that they are jumping out victorious somehow, that they're jumping out successful somehow. Even at that time of worst, they'll still hide but pop out when they are shining. Even the time haters think they are crashing, yes, they'll battle it out in that depression or silence, but they'll come out shining still. So a true loner has a lot of judgments, a lot of forces pulling him or her down. But then the pretending loner has got no enemies, has got no haters, because they've got nothing. They know they're able to see the pretense, they're able to see the faking, the fake life. So it is really important to know people, to study somebody's character before judging them, because this is how you end up hating someone for no reason. This is how you end up taking them for granted. This is how you end up looking down on them. This is how you end up feeling like there's something different from what they are. So getting to know people, a character in a person matters more than anything.